And we will begin with Heat 3. Heat 3. Again, this is a time final event, so swimmers from any heat can score in that top 16. Lane 1, Hurricanes A with Layla, Chloe, McKinley, and Ava. Lane 2, Sea Devils A with Britt, Josie, Riley, and Tenley. In lane 3, South Metro Storm A with Julia, South Metro Storm A with Liliana, Dora, Keegan, and Sam. Lane 4, Tuna A with Julia, Ileana, Ava, and Grace. In lane 5, Fox Jets B, Katalea, Vayabhava, Whitney, and Sophie. Lane 6, North Suburban A with Harper, Morgan, Bellamy, and Clara. Lane 7, Blackline A with Lolo, Poppy, Lauren, and Mia. And lane 8, Red Wings from Club A with Vivi, Kinsey, Ainsley, and Michaela. And don't forget, swim fans, the meet is being live streamed. So text Grandma and Grandpa or all of your friends. Flood your Facebook page. Let people know that they just need to go to the YouTube and find the Gene K. Freeman Aquatic Center channel and look for the happy blue and multicolored 2025 Long Course State Championship logo for Friday morning, Friday prelim session. And it's right there for you. Kinsey Jacobson of Red Wing with a nice leg. And she pulls the purple into first place. Turning first with 150 meters to go now is Tuna in lane 4. Ava Mueller-Leal giving the Tuna a nice lead here. And she will hand it off to Grace Cross. Yeah, but look out for the Sea Devils. Here comes Riley Sumstead. And Riley with a terrific split. And Sea Devils now in the lead, anchoring with Tenley Dupé. And looks like it's going to be Sea Devils. 4:52.66 is now the time to beat. This is Heat 4. In lane 3, Piranhas A with Piper, Adriana, Svea, and Tula. Lane 4, Tiger Sharks A with Tess, Ava, Reagan, and Lily. Lane 5, Rochester B with Addie, Lyric, Aubrey, and Ellie. Lane 6 is Velocity B with Elena, Madeline, Lydia, and Rose. Velocity Aquatics, based in Delano, Minnesota. First to the wall with Elena Close leading off. And lengthening their lead, Velocity Aquatics. Halfway through, Madeline hands it off to Lydia, and they are at 2:24. And a nice start for the Velocity anchor, Rose. Second in the water is Rochester with Ellie. And a great race here between Ellie in lane 5 and Rose in lane 6. Oh my goodness, and let's not forget about Tula in lane 2 for the Piranhas, who had a monster first 50 and is adding on. And it will be the Piranhas at 5:10.99. Our next event is the boys 11 and 12 400-meter freestyle relay. This is Heat 3. In lane 1, West Express B with Crosby, Fries, Crosby Pavic with Max and Elliott. In lane 2, Minnetonka B with Taha, Lars, Connor, and Chase. Lane 3, Rochester B with Harrison, Nolan, Vincent, and Jonathan. Lane 4, St. Croix B with Brandon, Josh, Connor, and Teo. Lane 5, Hurricanes B with Zach, Emerson, Evan, and Leo. Lane 6, Tuna B with CJ, TJ, AJ, and Henrik. Lane 7, Barracuda A with Caden, Luke, Liam, and Calvin. At the 200-meter mark, Minnetonka with a nice lead. This is Lars, who will touch for Connor. Nice safe start there for Connor. As we prepare to drop anchor on heat 3, we've got a new leader thanks to Vincent's good leg here. Rochester will anchor with Jonathan. And Minnetonka anchors with Chase. And lane 6 with the first turn. This is Henrik Moss. Terrific race. And a great anchor leg happening over in lane 6. Don't count out Hurricanes in lane 5. Leo challenging. At the flags, it's Tuna by a foot. At the wall, the big reach by Henrik. And a 4:58.2 for Tuna. Heat 4. In lane 3, Velocity A with Jacob, Joey, Ethan, and Logan. In lane 4, Tiger Sharks A with Nick, Nate, Ryan, and Benjamin. And in lane 5, Sems B with Michael, Matthew, Rianj, and Kevin. And Velocity in the lead, Jacob Yarger. And with 200 done and 200 to go, still Velo City in lane 3. Ethan Winchidle in the water now for Velocity. And it's still velocity as Ethan Winscheidel will hand it off to his very good friend Logan Winscheidel. And Logan digging in. Don't forget to breathe, Logan. And we've got a challenge here coming up in lane 5 from Sims. Looks like Kevin Nye taking over the lead. And Sims posts a 5:20.5. And looks like that lack of oxygen in the first 30 meters may come back to haunt Logan. But velocity in at 5:20, Sharks at 5:30. Our next event, girls 13-14, 400 free relay. Heat 3. In lane 1, Sims B with Parmida, Maggie, Ella, and Daisy. Lane 2, Tuna A with Brynja, Mara, Maddie, and Sabrina. Lane 3, Rochester B with Delia, Vivian, Madeline, and Quinn. Lane 4, Mako A with AJ, Marley, Sophie, and Bella. Lane 5, Edina B with Riley, Natalie, Ella, and Eliana. Lane 6, West Express A with Addie, Dot, Casey, and Zoe. Lane 7 is North Suburban A with Addie, Amelia, Elizabeth, and Sydney. Lane 8, South Metro Storm B with Aspen, Kate, Lucy, and Avery. And West Express Addie Lant leading off with a hot 104.71. And a nice race here between Sims in 1, Edina in 5, West Express in 6. And still a great race here with Sims, Edina, and West. And practically a dead heat between Edina and West. Edina will anchor with Ileana Gorski. West anchoring with Zoe Collop. In lane 1, Sims anchor Daisy Wee. And don't count out lane 4, Mako Aquatics anchoring with Bella Johnson. And at the flags, it is Mako. 4:26.62. Their best time of the year by a little bit, and that's now the time to beat. Heat 4. In lane 1, Tiger Sharks A with Claire Duelman and Claire Akali with Fiona and Emma. Lane 2, Hurricanes B with Olivia, Emma, Josie, and Nora. Lane 3, Hastings A with Grace, Lily, Jenna, and Hannah. Lane 4, Sea Devils B with Emerson, Harper, Kennedy, and Brenna. Lane 5, Great Wolf B with Haley, Audrey, Adaizi, and Felicity. Lane 6, Tuna B with Rita, Dia, Ariel, and Mariah. Lane 7, Red Wing A with Nora, Charlie, Annika, and Bailey. And lane 8, Velocity A with Maddie, Kate, Willow, and Evie. And Velocity Aquatics once again in the lead in the early going. Maddie with a nice 106.48. In the water now is Kate. And still going to be Velocity in the lead, but things are tightening up pretty good. Sea Devils making a move. Tiger Sharks looking good in lane 1. Kennedy Lauer leading the Sea Devils to about a full body length lead. And Kennedy will hand it to Brenna. Brenna Baines anchoring for Sea Devils. And it looks like Brenna's going to hang on here. And Sea Devils B, a nice 4:38.63. Our next event will be the boys 13-14 400-yard freestyle relay. Heat 3. Lane 1, Great Wolf A with Calvin, Avery, Griffin, and Grayson. Lane 2, Hastings A with Oscar, George, Will, and Jaron. Lane 3, Riptide B with Jace, Tucker, Owen, and Phillip. Lane 4, Sems A with Brian, Torin, and Elias. Lane 5, St. Croix B with Jacob, Evan, Sam, and Emmett. Lane 7, Minnesota Flyers A with Cooper, Oliver, Liam, and Asher. And Lane 8, Velocity Aquatics A with Will, Ben, Morris, and Rio. Sims dueling with St. Croix. Third leg for Sims is Torin Pedersen. St. Croix, Sam Taro. And Sims drops anchor with Elias Kerner. Giving chase Emmett Schmidt in lane 5. And a great race between our anchor legs. Elias in 4, Emmett in 5. Emmett looks like he's pulling away. And St. Croix 4:16.91, and that will be the time to beat going into tonight's fastest 2 seeds. Our next event is the girls 11 and 12 200-meter individual medley. We have 4 heats, and this is trials, qualifying our top 16 swimmers into tonight's A and B finals. Heat 1. In lane 3, Lauren. Lane 4, Amelia. And lane 5, Micah. Heat 2. In this, the first of our circle of seeded heats. Lane 1, Lillian. Lane 2, Lena. Lane 3, Mary. Lane 4, Felicity. Lane 5, Emma. In 6, Dalen. And lane 7, Addie. Felicity Saris of Riptide leading at the 150. She has got her zone cut already. We'll see if she can drag anybody else to a zone cut here this morning. The cut time is at 2:45.49. And a PR for Felicity. And Emma just off that zone cut. We'll get it tonight. Heat 3. In lane 1, Mila. Lane 2, Charlotte. Lane 3, Tegan. In lane 4, Samantha. Lane 5, Maya. Lane 6, Kylie. Lane 7, Liv. And lane 8, Adlin. Or maybe Adlin. Big lead for Samantha Webster. Samantha, our number 2 seed in this event, has already got her zone cut by a full 8 seconds. Maya in lane 5 also with his own cut. And Samantha cruises to a PR and a spot at the top of the prelim pyramid. Nice 244 from Maya. Tegan Murphy, 46. That's within reach of the zone cut. And now heat 4. In lane 1, Riley. Lane 2, Lucy. Lane 3, Eloise. Lane 4 is our top seed. And the winner of the 400 IM on Wednesday, or Thursday rather. Lane 5 is Willa, who also has got his own cut. Lane 6, Annie. Lane 7, Lila. And lane 8, Aria. And Anna, 34.55. As she punches her ticket to the A final. 45.09 for Willa. Our next event, the boys 2 IM. In lane 3 is Will, lane 4 Jackson, lane 5 Bennett, and lane 6 Teo. And a 2:54.3 for Jackson. Heat 2. In lane 1, Connor. Lane 2, Sloan. 3, Jace. 4, Nicholas. 5, Elliott. 6, Brandon. Lane 7, Luke. And 8, Ryland. Here are the qualifiers for event 11. The girls 11 and 12, 200 meter IM. Second alternate is Liv Kirkvold. First alternate, Addie Blueston. Qualifying into the B final tonight, Aria Leisinger, Annie Zeckmeister, Lucy Decker, Lila Schultz, Kylie Chua, Lena Granowski, Lillian Carroll, and Eloise Bone. Qualifying into the A final tonight, Mary Bowe, Tegan Murphy, Emma Ruan, Lila Mosier, Maya Pai, Felicity Saris, Samantha Webster, and Anna Lee. Official meet time is 9:58. This event will close at 10:28. Coaches, you are reminded to scratch or declare your intent to scratch all the way down the list, just in case. But make sure that those scratches or intents to scratch are in by 10:28 this morning. And it looks like Jace Obelman of Storm leading the group home here. Although Nicholas of Great Wolf may be coming on. We got a little outside smoke happening in lane 8 with Ryland at the flags. It's Jace. And at the wall, Jace at 2:54.76. And now heat 3. Into our circle seated heats here. Lane 1, Eli. Lane 2, Briley. Lane 3, Crosby. In lane 4, he was third in the 400 IM yesterday. Emerson Lanza. Lane 5, Mason. Lane 6, Adam. Lane 7, Kip. And lane 8 is Brandon. Pretty even here between Emerson in 4 and Mason. Kenyon Perry in 5. Out in 112s. That zone cut is at 2:38, so we'll keep an eye on these guys going breaststroke and see if they can maybe push each other to that zone cut. And Emerson's going to get the zone cut here this morning and comfortably pop himself into that A final, 2:36.79. PR from Mason as he's within striking distance of the zone cut tonight. Heat 4. In lane 1, Jacob. Lane 2, Eddie. Lane 3, Logan. Lane 4, Lucas. Lane 5, Colin. Lane 6, Lars. Lane 7, AJ. And lane 8, Sam. Lucas in lane 4 has got his zone cut already. He's gone to 37. Lucas was 4th yesterday in the 400 IM. And here they come. They are going after it. This prelim swim here. Lucas in 4, Colin in 5. .38.29 is the time we're looking for. And Lucas got it. Colin very close. We'll get that cut tonight, Colin. Good swim. Heat 5. Lane 1, Oscar. Lane 2, Eddie. Lane 3, Logan. In lane 4, let's start over. Lane 1, Oscar. Lane 2, Maddox. Lane 3, Galen. In 4 is Jason. Lane 5, Everett. Lane 6, Max. Lane 7, Miguel. And lane 8, Jackson. Lanes 4 and 5 feature a rematch of last night's 400 IM. Lane 4, Jason Liu was first. Lane 5, Everett Sanders was second. Jason has been a 2:33.9, so he is a good 4.5 seconds under that zone cut. Everett is close. He's seated at 2:40. We'll keep an eye on Galen Moretta of the Hurricanes. They're swimming well this weekend. And here they come. And Jason's going to be right about at his best, very close. And a 2:38.79. That's only 0.5 of a second away from that zone cut. So we will look for Everett and maybe Galen to get after that cut tonight as they punch their ticket into the finals somewhere. It's going to be a good final tonight. Now next up, our girls 13-14 200 IM. He won. in this, the first of three heats. Lane 1, Sophia. Lane 2, Isabel. Lane 3, Ellie. Lane 4, Maddie. Lane 5, Emma. Lane 6, Molly. Lane 7, Riley. And lane 8, Aria. First to turn at the halfway point, Molly Mahoney. She was fourth in the 400 IM last night. Or yesterday morning, I should say. And turning first to the 50 to go, our number 3 seed is Maddie Matheson. She and Emma in lane 5 have both got their zone cuts. And Molly Mahoney of St. Croix looking good for it this morning. Molly really getting after it. The cut, 2:34.89. And a sweet 2:30 PR for Maddie. And there's a zone cut for Molly. Emma improves on her zone cut. Very nice swimming, ladies. Heat 2. Lane 1, Gabby. Lane 2, Eleanor. Lane 3, Eliana. Lane 4, Nora. Lane 5, Lilu. Lane 6, Isa. In 7, Gabrielle. And lane 8, Kendall. Eliana, Nora, and Lilu have got zone cuts already. Isa is within a second. Is in lane 6. Lilu was second in the 400 IM yesterday. And she had a monster first half. Fought her way through the breaststroke and then came back strong. 109, fastest 100 we've had so far, I believe. And here they come. Lilu looking really strong. That was one of her better breaststroke legs of the long course season. And Lilu at 2:30.19 kind of cruised her finish. And there's a zone cut for Izza. Congratulations. Heat 3. In lane 1, Lillian. Lane 2, Olivia McClintock. Lane 3 is Olivia Van Gilder. They're not related. Lane 4, our 400 IM champ, Claire. Lane 5, Vivian. In 6, Lydia. 7, Madeline. And lane 8, Evelyn. Here are the qualifiers in the boys 11 and 12, 200 IM. Second alternate, AJ Enger. First alternate, Eddie McGarvey. Qualifying into the B final, Riley Larson, Miguel Ochoa, Max Stokes, Logan Eisenbraun, Lice Olchenbruns, Oscar Peterson, Maddox Friend, and Adam Schmiesing. Into the A final tonight, Crosby Simonson, Galen Miretta, Mason Kenyon Perry, Colin Siemens, Everett Sanders, Lucas Carr, Emerson Lanza, and our top qualifier is Jason Liu. Official meet time is 10:19. This event will close at 10:49, and coaches are reminded, scratch all the way down. Claire Christensen with a nice first 100. Lane 3, Olivia, and lane 5, Vivian have already got zone cuts. I've counted 7 zone cuts already before this heat. We could have a situation where you could go a zone cut time and swim in the B final. We had that happen yesterday where we had 11th place with a zone cut. Some great swimming here. Now we'll keep it up, kids. And Claire, 2:25 and a half. A nice swim. 33 for Vivian. A 34 for Olivia McClintock. And that is a zone cut. Our next event, the boys, 13-14, 200 IM. He won. In lane 1 is Will, lane 2, Garrett, lane 3, Nick, lane 4, Min, 5, Henry. Lane 6, Lucas. And lane 7, Liam. Garrett Jensen of Fox Jets, a monster first 100, 106.4. And Garrett coming back to the field a little bit. Turning first is Min, our number 3 seed in this event. But we've got good freestyle legs going here with Lucas in 6, Henry in 5, and Garrett in 2. We're going to keep an eye on that zone cut of 2:23.69. And not this morning. We'll see it tonight, I'll bet. 2:25.7 for Min. Heat 2. In lane 1, Oscar. Lane 2, Lucas. Lane 3, Nikita. Lane 4, Parker. Lane 5, Sam. Lane 6, Cooper. Lane 7, Jackson. And lane 8, Carter. Here are the qualifiers for the girls 13-14 200 IM. Second alternate is Lillian Bistricki. First alternate, Sofia Kotkowski-Gonzalez. In the B final tonight, Olivia Van Gilder, Ellie Katz, Gabby Pearson, Lydia Hadukovic, Gabrielle Tram, Isabel Lane, Nora Behrens, and Olivia McClintock. Into tonight's A final, Emma Demlow, Vivian Schott, Eliana Gorski, Isa Mork, Molly Mahoney, Lilu Thompson, Maddie Matheson, and Claire Christensen. Official meet time is 10:25. This event will close at 10:55. Coaches, remember, scratch all the way down. And Parker Miller of St. Croix looking strong. He's going to be close to his best. Not quite a PR, but a solid swim. And that should push him to the top of the prelim pyramid, 220.5. Heat 3. In lane 1, Landon. Lane 2, Grayson. Lane 3, Bradley. Lane 4, Alvin. Lane 5, Dennis. Lane 6, Brian. Lane 7, Luca. And lane 8, Oliver. Alvin swimming pretty comfortably here. And a 2:18.2. Next up is going to be event 15. The girls 11 and 12. 100-meter butterfly. We have 7 heats. Attention, event 11, girls 200 IM is closed with no scratches. This is heat 1 of the girls 11 and 1200 fly. In lane 3, Kendall. Lane 4, Ileana. In lane 5, Lauren. And Lauren with a 120.23. Heat 2. In lane 2 is Sam. Lane 3, Abigail. Lane 4, Nicole. Lane 5, Ava. Lane 6, Aubrey. And lane 7, Sophie. And Sam West, 120.7. Heat 3. In Heat 3, we have Addie, Olivia, Svea, Anna, Aria, Tula, Naya, and Stella. Here are the qualifiers for the girls 13-14 200 IM, event 14. I would rather the boys 13-14 2 IM. Second alternate, Oscar Green. First alternate, Luca Arcilla. Qualifying into the B final, Brian Lynn, Sam Nolte, Cooper Stout, Nick Herner, Garrett Jensen, Lucas Tuel, Jackson Wright, Nikita Grinberg. Into the A final tonight, Lucas Wang, Henry Schultz, Min Truong, Bradley Holmberg, Grayson Ludall, Dennis Demidov, Parker Miller, and Alvin Yang. Official time is 10:36. This event closes at 11:06. And coaches, remember, scratch all the way down if you know a swimmer is not going to compete tonight. And Aria, another 120. Heat 4. In lane 1, McKenna. Lane 2, Charlotte. Lane 3, Taylor. Lane 4, Adeline. Lane 5, Mila. 6, Riley. Lane 7, Iona. And lane 8, Riley. And looks like McKenna Thiessen's got it going here in lane 1. And there's a 1:16, 6-second drop for McKenna. And now heat 5. In lane 1, Olivia. Lane 2, Greta. In lane 3, Lizzie. Lane 4 is our number 3 seed, Scarlett. Lane 4, Tegan. Number 6, Harper. Lane 6, Harper. Lane 7, Maya. And lane 8, Annie. Tegan and Harper pushing each other pretty good here. Just in case, that zone cut, 1:14.79. And there it is for Tegan. There it is for Harper. 2 brand new zone cuts here in prelims this morning. Heat 6. In lane 1, Dalen. Lane 2, Addie. Lane 3, Micah. Lane 4, Felicity. Lane 5, Tegan. Lane 6, Josie. Lane 7, Ginny. And lane 8, Layla. Here they come. Josie in lane 6. About a 6-inch lead. And she times the finish well. Zone cut for Josie Solt. Felicity improves on her time. Tegan improves on her zone cut. And now heat 7. In lane 1, Kinsey. Lane 2, Elena. Lane 3, Eloise. Lane 4, Samantha. Lane 5, Allie. Lane 6, Mia. Lane 7, Liv. And lane 8, Alina. And Samantha going to be a nice time, a 109.08. And that is her best. Our next event is the boys 11 and 12. 100-meter butterfly. Heat 1. In lane 3 is Richie. Lane 4, Elliott. Lane 5 is one of our favorite para swimmers from St. Croix, Connor Miller. And lane 6, Flynn Strickland. Connor has solid 200 IM earlier today. Added a little bit of time, but he'll swim it in the final. And we can all join up and get him another PR. Richie in lane 3 and Flynn in lane 6 come in with yard times. Elliott's going to have a PR. There it is, 122.89. A pair of 26s. And Connor toughs it out, gets it home at a 133.7. Good swim, Connor. Heat 2. Now we begin our circle seeds. Lane 1, Maxwell. Lane 2, Brandon. In 3, Miguel. Lane 4, Archer. Lane 5, Leon. Lane 6, Shogi. Lane 7, Bennett. And lane 8, Ike. Archer's got a nice one going here. And this is going to be a zone cut. 108.01. The zone cut 111.69. A nice swim, Archer. E3. Lane 1, Teo. Lane 2, Ian. Lane 3, Jackson. In 4, Levi. Lane 5, Matthew. In 6 is Frank. 7, Connor. And lane 8, Joliffe. And a 111.2 for Levi. And that is a zone cut. Matthews 112.1, very close. Heat 4. Heat 4, we've got Ben, Adam, Crosby, Jason, Everett, Oscar, Rylan, and Briley. Attention, event 12, boys 11 and 12, 200-meter IM is closed with no scratches. Here are the qualifiers for the girls 11 and 12, 100 fly. Second alternate, Eloise Bone. First alternate, Taylor Higgins. Into the B final tonight, we have Maya Mitchell, Annie Zeckmeister, McKenna Thiessen, Elena Close, Mia Perscala, Ginny Elg, Scarlett Rosen, Lizzie Farley. Into the A final tonight, Micah Warren, Allie Gorzik, Tegan Murphy, Harper Vestrom, Felicity Saris, Josie Solt, Tegan Jolson, and Samantha Webster. Time is 10:50. This event closes at 11:20. And coaches, please scratch or declare intent to scratch all the way down. Jason 109.07. Everett with a shot at that zone cut tonight. And now we look forward to the girls 13-14 100 fly. He won. In lane 3, Britain. Lane 4, Sophie. And lane 5 is Grace. And Grace with a nice time drop to a 110. PR for Sophie. And a meter PR for Britain. Heat 2. In lane 1, Allie. Lane 2, Alyssa. Lane 3, Lottie. Lane 4, Vivian. Lane 5, Livy. Lane 6, Lilia. Lane 7, Kate. And lane 8, Nora. .106 for Vivian Schott. Zone cut for Livy Solt and Lottie Smith. I'm sorry, correction. Lottie Smith was close to the zone cut. As was Livy. We'll get them tonight, girls. Heat 3. Your attention, girls 200 IMers. Event 13 is closed with no scratches. Event 13 closed with no scratches. Here in event 17, Heat 3, we have Madeline, Olivia, Megan, Bella, Alice, Umbra, Savannah, and Amelia. A nice 106.7 for Bella. Alice with a 107.4. Pair of 109s for Megan and Umbra. Heat 4. Lane 1, Harper. Lane 2, Eleanor. Lane 3, Olivia. Lane 4, Molly. Lane 5, Bree. Lane 6, Sophia. Lane 7, Ileana. And lane 8, Annabelle. And another 106 for Molly. It's going to be a fun final tonight, folks. And now we move on to the boys. 13, 14, 100 butterfly. He won. In lane 3, Wyatt. Lane 4, Evan. And lane 5, Oliver. Here are the qualifiers in the boys 11 and 12 100 fly. Second alternate, Ian Rafe. First alternate, Connor Zuli. Into the B final, Maxwell Lin, Jackson Pulaski, Jogi Egbers, Adam Ayoshe, Miguel Ochoa, Rylan Salander, Oscar Peterson, and Briley Larson. Into tonight's A final, Frank Singers, Crosby Simonson, Leon Yuan, Everett Sparling, Matthew Dwanmu, Levi Benson, Jason Liu, and Archer Haugus. Time is 11 o'clock. This event will close at 11:30. Heat 2. In lane 2, Sam. Lane 3, Asher. In lane 5, Brent. Lane 6, Joshua. And lane 7, Brody. Nice 109 for Joshua Mayer. Heat 3. In lane 1, Calvin. Lane 2, Sam. Lane 3, Cade. Lane 4, Logan. Lane 5, Gus. Lane 6, Brooks. Lane 7, Nico. And lane 8, Brian. Here are the qualifiers in event 17. Girls 13, 1400 fly. Second alternate is Alyssa Bauer. First alternate, Eliana Gorski. Qualifying into the B final, Olivia McClintock, Grace Pay, Sophia Kurkowski-Gonzalez, Olivia Van Gilder, Lilia Helmrich, Nora Precker, Savannah Kirchhoff, and Umbra Rinaldi. Qualifying into the A final, Megan Greenberg, Lottie Smith, Livy Solt, Alice Gaffke, Bree Harvey, Bella Johnson, Molly Mahoney, and Vivian Schott. It is now 11:03. This event will close at 11:33. And now the circle seeds. This is heat 4. In lane 1, Andres. Lane 2, Lucas. Lane 3, Dan. In 4, Bryson. 5, Ben. 6, Cooper. Lane 7, Oliver. And in lane 8, Jaron. We have 2 more heats of the boys 13-14 100 fly, and then we move to the far end to begin 50s backstroke. I'm sorry, breaststroke, 50s breaststroke. So if you're swimming 50 breaststroke, especially girls 11 and 12, you want to be down at the scoreboard end of the pool ready to go. New zone cut time for Ben. Congratulations. Oh, heat 5. Lane 1, Nicholas. Lane 2, Lucas. Lane 3, Nick. Lane 4, Alvin. Lane 5, Hudson. Lane 6, Reese. Lane 7, Sam. And lane 8, Luke. Alvin in lane 4, number 2 seed. He's got his zone cut already. That cut time, 1:03:09. Attention boys, 13-14, 200 IM. That event is closed with 1 intent to scratch. And Alvin, 60.38. Now heat 6. Lane 1, Henrik. Lane 2, Stanley. Lane 3, Dante. Lane 4, Micah. Micah's our top seed. Next door in lane 5 is Timmy. Lane 6, Min. Lane 7, Lucas. And lane 8, Logan. Once again, that cut 103.09. Micah and Timmy have their cuts already. Dante in lane 3 looks like he wants one. Get it out of the way this morning and then just go race in the finals tonight. And 60.25 for Micah. And there's Dante. There's your cut. Punch his ticket to zones. Our next event, event 19, girls 11 and 12, 50-meter breaststroke. He won. Lane 1, Kinsey. Lane 2, Riley. 4, Nora. 3, Nora. 4, Eliana. 5, Janie. 6, Charlotte. 7, Fiona. And lane 8, Evelyn. And Charlotte pops a good one, 40.72. Heat 2. In lane 1, Holly. In 2, Jane. 3, Lillian. 4, Brennan. 5, Olivia. 6, McKenna. 7, Elliot. And lane 8, Olive. We are now into our circle seeds, and we should pay attention to that zone cut, 39.09. And Olivia, lane 5, looking really good. There it is, 38.11. Zone cut for Olivia. Heat 3. Lane 1, Harper. In 2, Quinn. 3, Kylie. 4, Emmy. 5, Ginny. 6, Madison. 7, Caitlin. And lane 8, Lyric. And this heat is going to be fast. Zone cuts in lanes 3 through 6. Congratulations, all four of you. Nice swimming. Heat 4. Lane 1, Jessica. Lane 2, Lolo. Lane 3, Lena. 4, Rosalind. 5, Felicity. 6, Amelia. 7, Bellamy. And lane 8, Nia. Here are the qualifiers for the boys 13-1400 fly. Second alternate, Nicholas Trujillo. First alternate, Logan Wolf. Into the B final, Jaron Kahima, Cooper Stout, Min Trong, Reese Biebel, Stanley Jobs, Lucas Truel, Lucas Wang, Nick Herner. Into the A final is Dan March, Timmy Riolo, Hudson Brennan, Ben Brassis, Dante Framke, Bryson Haugas, Alvin Yang, and Micah DeBelts. It is 11:14. This event will close at 11:44. Next up, boys 11 and 12, 50-meter breaststroke. He won. Lane 1, Caleb. Lane 2, Briley. Lane 3, Rodrigo. Lane 4, William. Lane 5, Henrik. Lane 6, Connor. Lane 7, Bennett. And lane 8, Nick. Lane 6, Connor, our para-athlete with a full slate today. Connor does like to fill up his dance card. Heat 2. Lane 1, Josh. Lane 2, Luke. Lane 3, Miles. Lane 4, Maxwell. Lane 5, CJ. Lane 6, Alex. Lane 7, Gabe. And lane 8, Noah. 38-1 is that zone cut. And a whole flock of best times by about a half a second or a little less. Heat 3. Lane 1, Sloan. Lane 2, Brandon. 3, Charlie. Lane 4, AJ. Lane 5, Jackson. 6, Brandon. Lane 7, Jace. And lane 8, Theo. We are now into the circle seeds. And our top 2 seeds in this heat, Jackson and AJ, have got zone cuts. Charlie in lane 3 looking good for one. The time 38:09. And there it is for Charlie. Congratulations, new zone cut, Charlie. And now heat 4. Lane 1, Oliver. Lane 2, Keenan. Lane 3, Ian. In 4, Max. Lane 5, Adam. Lane 6, Eddie. Lane 7, Liam. And lane 8, Rianj. And we may see a cut out of Keenan in lane 2 from Rochester. There's a pair of 37s, a 38.51. Almost. We'll get it tonight, Ian. We'll get it tonight. Heat 5. In lane 1, Emerson. Lane 2, Lars. 3, Gavin. Lane 4, Jacob. 5, Matthew. Lane 6, Galen. Lane 7, Jogi. And lane 8, Leo. This is our final heat. Our top seed, Jacob, in lane 4. And a 35.04. That's his best time by a second and a half. There's his own cut for Matthew Duanmu. And now on to girls 13-14, 50 breaststroke. He won. In lane 3, Josie. Lane 4, Nora. Lane 5, Evelyn. And lane 6, Clara. Event 15, girls 11 and 1200 fly is closed with no scratches. Heat 2. In lane 1, Isla. Lane 2, Nora. Lane 3, Mia. Lane 4, Malia. Lane 5, Laney. Lane 6, Claire. Lane 6 is Grace Pie, and lane 8 is Grace Solly. Grace Solly having a fun meet. And a 37.2. For Grace, 37.4 for Isla. Heat 3. In lane 1, Emerson. Lane 2, Emma. Lane 3, Maddie. In 4, Eleanor. 5, Jenna. 6, Quinn. 7, Ileana. And lane 8, Charlie. Eliana Gorski with a monster swim over there in lane 7, 36.68. Heat 4. In lane 1, Elise. In 2 is Sophie. Lane 3, Annabelle. Lane 4, Una. Lane 5, Estelle. Lane 6, Liv. Lane 7, Sophia. And lane 8, Kendall. Nice 35-1 for Una. Now heat 5. Lane 1, Miriam. Lane 2, Catherine. In 3, Madeline. Lane 4, Miranda. Lane 5, Aspen. In 6, Riley. Lane 7, Lauren. And lane 8, Kira. And Miranda 34-2. 34-9 for Aspen. Now heat 6. This is our final heat of the girls 13-14. Lane 1, Kate. Lane 2, Amelia. Lane 3, Ellie. In lane 4, our top seed, Maddie. Lane 5, Sydney. Lane 6, Haley. Lane 7, Nora. And lane 8, Vivian. Your attention, coaches. Time trial requests are due at the end of the next event, which is going to happen quickly. It's only 4 heats of 50 breaststroke. Time trial requests due at the end of event 22. And speaking of event 22, boys 13-14, 50-meter breaststroke. Heat 1. Lane 1, Oscar. Lane 2, Liam. Lane 3, Harrison. Lane 4, Austin. Lane 5, Kaiba. 6, Drew. Lane 7, Tucker. And one more time, coaches, in case you were speaking to aliens here in the last 30 seconds, time trial requests are due at the completion of this event. And Drew, 33.42. He turns a nice yard seed time into a really nice meter qualifying time. Heat 2. Lane 1, Carter. Lane 2, Andy. Lane 3, Dan. Lane 4, Jack. Lane 5, Jaron. Lane 6, Oliver. Lane 7, Brent. And lane 8, Logan. And Jack, a nice 33.51. Heat 3. Your attention, boys. Butterflyers, event 16. Boys 11 and 1200 fly is closed with no scratches. In Heat 3, we have Leon in lane 1. Lane 2, Jack. 3 is Emmett. 4, Parker. 5, Grayson. 6, Jackson. 7, Lucas. And lane 8 is Emmett. And coaches, when the next heat hits the wall, the time trial request box is closed. Heat 4. Lane 1, Elias. Lane 2, Liam. In 3, Asa. 4, our top seed, Luca. Lane 5, Hudson. 6, Will. 7, Philip. And lane 8, Brian. And Luca, 32.07. Nice swim, Luca. Our next event is the girls 11 and 12 100-meter backstroke. He won. In lane 2, Naya. Lane 3, Elise. Lane 4, Jibishana. Lane 5, Sevilla. Lane 6, Caitlin. And lane 7, Nicole. Here are the qualifiers for the girls, 11 and 12, 50 breaststroke. Second alternate, Holly Newman. First alternate, Jane Brinkman. Into the B final. Amelia Kister, McKenna Goldsmith, Charlotte Ganser, Harper Topman, Brennan Masters, Quinn Williamson, Lola McDonald, Felicity Saras. Into the A final. Lillian Carroll, Lena Granowski, Madison Kane, Ginny Elg, Emmy Dolan, Olivia Willenbring, Kylie Chua, and Rosalind Sen. The time is 11:34, and this event will close at 12:04. Event 17, girls 13-14 100 butterfly is now closed with one scratch. And Caitlin with a nice 117. Heat 2. In lane 1, Quinn. Lane 2, Elena. Lane 3, Vaibhavi. Lane 4, Riley. Lane 5, Addie. Lane 6, Adelaide. Lane 7, Esme. And in 8, Riley. Here are the qualifiers for event 20. The boys, 11 and 12, 50 breaststroke. Second alternate is Henrik Maas. First alternate, Brendan Kiao. Into the B final. We have Jogi Egbers, Lars Elchenbruns, Leo Arcilla, Jace Obelman, Ian Rafe, Eddie McGarvey, Galen Moretta, Keenan McKinn. Into the A final, AJ Enger, Gavin Beaudry, Matthew Dwanmu, Charlie Heiderken, Max Stokes, Adam Schmeezing, Jackson Ponson, and Jacob Yarger. Time is 11:36. This event will close at 12:06. And that outside smoke you see over there in lane 8 is Riley Mornard with a 117.8. That's dangerously close to the zone cut. Now heat 3. Lane 1, Alina. Lane 2, Addie. Lane 3, Micah. Lane 4, Tenley. Lane 5, Grace. Lane 6, Mila. Lane 7, Iona. And lane 8, Gracie. And 118.99 for Tinley. Heat 4. This is the first of our circle of seeded heats. Lane 1, McKenna. Lane 2, Harper. In 3, Ellery. Lane 4, Page. Lane 5, Scarlett. Lane 6, Maya. Lane 7, Lucy. And lane 8, Freya. Here are the qualifiers in the girls 13-14 50 breast. Second alternate, Nora Behrens. First alternate, Isla Severson. Into the B final, Grace Solly, Miriam Davis, Catherine Deeb, Riley Zastro, Amelia Pohl, Eliana Gorski, Madeline Keller, and Ellie Katz. Into the A final, Annabelle Ton, Sophie Katz, Estelle Bergs, Sydney Edwards, Una Nelson, Aspen Schieffer, Miranda Francois, and Maddie Matheson. The time is 11:40. This event will close at 12:20. Heat 5. Lane 1, Lauren. Lane 2, Tegan. Lane 3, Brennan. In 4 is Mary. Lane 5, Mia. Lane 6, Emma. Lane 7, Annie. And lane 8, Anna. And some nice swims there. Across the board, the zone cut, a 1:16.89. So, new zone cut for Emma. Now heat 6. Lane 1, Aria. In 2, Lucy. 3, Olivia. 4, Anna. 5, Josie. 6, Lila. 7, Amelia. And lane 8, Elena. Here are the qualifiers for event 22. Boys 13-14 50 breast. Second alternate, Jack Hopwood. First alternate, Brian Lynn. Into the B final, Andy Alaco, Philip Semmering, Liam Olson, Jaron Kahima, Emmett Bodette, Oliver Fauci, Liam Peterson, and Jackson Wright. Into the A final, Hudson Brennan, Dan March, Grayson Ludahl, Asa Wilson, Jack McCool, Drew Rell, Parker Miller, and Luca Arcilla. The time is 11:44. This event will close at 12:14. And Anna and Josie look like they just have it on cruise, punch their ticket to the A final, a pair of 111s. Now the boys 11 and 12. 100 back. Your attention. Event 18, boys 13-14, 100 fly, closed with no scratches. Here now, the competitors in Heat 1 of the boys 11 and 12, 100 back. Lane 1, Joliffe. Lane 2, Sam. 3, Teo. In 4, Keenan. Lane 5, Connor. 6, Wyatt. 7, Drew. And lane 8, Kevin. And Connor of River Falls. Nice 119. Heat 2. In lane 1, Richie. Lane 2, Sloan. In 3, Eddie. Lane 4, Leo. In lane 5, Nora. I'm sorry, Noah. That's twice I've done that, Noah. Your last name throws me off. Lane 6, Liam. 7, Caden. And lane 8, Gabe. Now Heat 3. This is the first of our circle seated heats here. In lane 1, Griffin. Lane 2, Brody. Lane 3, Connor. Lane 4, our number 3 seed, Everett. Lane 5, Julian. Lane 6, Crosby. Lane 7, CJ. And lane 8, Jackson. Zone cut is a 114.29. And Everett's got the cut already. But the way things are going, we'll see how many we add to the list. And Everett with a 111. That's a PR. And improves on his zone cut. Heat 4. In lane 1, William. Lane 2, Jackson. In 3, Gavin. Lane 4, Maddox. Lane 5, Levi. Lane 6, George. Lane 7, Frank. And lane 8, Maxwell. Maddox and Levi getting after it here in lanes 4 and 5. That cut 114.29. And there it is. Winston has his cut. Actually, I think these names might be wrong. Levi, Maddox has his cut. Levi with a new cut. There we go. Now heat 5. In lane 1, Ben. Lane 2, Aiden. Lane 3, Galen. Lane 4, Mason. Lane 5, Archer. In 6 is Leon. 7, Eli. And lane 8, Will. Mason in lane 4 has a cut already. Archer is very close. Archer had a nice 34 and a half first 50. A normal balloon, he will be well under 110, I think, if he gets it home. Dropping off just a little bit. And Mason with a 111. 114, 1-2. And that's his own cut for Archer. Congratulations. And now event 13. Girls 100 back, heat 1. In lane 2, Nora. Lane 3, Lily. Lane 4, Bryn. Lane 5, Isla. Lane 6, Ruby. And lane 7, Lilia. A quick reminder, lunch is served for coaches, volunteers, and officials. Heat 2. In lane 1, Morgan. Lane 2, Parmida. Lane 3, Lauren. In 4, Aspen. Lane 5, Isla. Lane 6, Lauren. In lane 7, Casey. And lane 8, Kate. And a pair of nice swims there for Parmida and Aspen. Couple second time drop. Heat 3. In this, the first of our circle-seated heats. Lane 1, Sanaya. Lane 2, Emma. Lane 3, Megan. In 4, Lilu. 5, Lottie. 6, Olivia. 7, Lydia. And lane 8, Allie. Nice swim for Lilu Thompson, 107.37. Heat 4. Lane 1, Iris. In 2 is Bree. 3, Elena. 4, Claire. 5, Mackenzie. 6, Lauren. 7, Maddie. And lane 8, another Maddie. Here are the qualifiers for the girls 11 and 1200 back. Second alternate, Tenley Dupay. First alternate, Tegan Murphy. Into the B final tonight, Amelia Scott, Riley Mornar, Lucy Decker, Caitlin Liudal, Ellery Eklund, Harper Vestrom, Emma Ruan, and Olivia Zhou. Into the A final tonight, Kyla Schultz, Maya Mitchell, Brennan Masters, Paige Turnbow, Mary Bow, Maya Perscala, Josie Solt, and Anna Lee. Time is 12:01. This event closes at 12:31. And a 106.95. Nice 107.8 for Kenzie. Zone cut is a 110, so we've got some new zone cuts out of that heat. And now heat 5. In lane 1, Finley. Lane 2, Mia. Lane 3, Macy. Lane 4, Ferris. Lane 5, Livy. Lane 6, Gabrielle. Lane 7, Lillian. And lane 8, Madison. Our next event is event 27. The boys 1400 back. In Heat 1, Lane 1, Eamon. Lane 2, Emmett. Lane 3, Owen. 4, Reagan. 5, Jace. 6, Oliver. 7, Asher. And in the Lane 8, Andy. Attention, girls 11, 12 breaststrokers. Event 19, closed with no scratches. Here are the qualifiers for the boys 11 and 12 100-meter backstroke. Event 24. Second alternate is George Nielsen. First alternate, Eddie McGarvey. Into the B final tonight, Will Kohler, Connor Perfect, Crosby Simonson, Galen Moretta, Leon Yuan, Brody Sodal, Gavin Beaudry, and Aiden Conley. Into the A final tonight, Connor Zulli, Jackson Ponsin, Julian Stumpf, Archer Haugus, Levi Benson, Maddox Friend, Mason Kenyon Perry, and Everett Sanders. Time is 12:06. And this event will close at 12:36. Heat 2. In lane 1, Brent. Lane 2, Liam. In 3, Wyatt. Lane 4, Samuel. Lane 5, Tor. Lane 6, Eli. Lane 7, Reese. And lane 8 is not currently occupied. Not currently occupied, swimming unattached this weekend. Attention, boys 11 and 12 50 breaststrokers. Event 20 is closed with no scratches. Heat 3. We are now into our circle seated heats. Our 24 fastest swimmers. Lane 1, Harshu. Lane 2, Lucas. Lane 3, Min. Lane 4, Alvin. Lane 5, Bennett. Lane 6, Nick. Lane 7, Adrian. And lane 8, Will. Zone cut is a 105.79. Both Alvin and Bennett racing in the middle of the pool have got them already, but boy, they improved. Both of them big drops. Nice swims. Heat 4. In lane 1, Brooks. Lane 2, Landon. Lane 3, Garrett. In 4, Dennis. Lane 5, Ben. Lane 6, Hudson. Lane 7, Lucas. And lane 8, Youssef. And a monster 103.2 for Dennis Demidov. Zone cuts for both Dennis and Ben. Heat 5. In lane 1, Stanley. Lane 2, Bryson. Lane 3, Shia. 4, Dante. 5, Bradley. In 6, Jacob. Lane 7, Calvin. And lane 8, Nicholas. Looking ahead, our next event is event 27, girls 11 through 14, 400-meter freestyle. The event is seeded slowest to fastest, and the last 4 heats are top seeded 11 and 12-year-olds and 13 and 14-year-olds will swim with the finals. .103.38 for Dante. That's going to make for a loaded A final tonight. Our next event, event 27, girls 11 and 12, 400-meter freestyle. Heat 1. In lane 1, Leah. Lane 2, Esther. Lane 3, Chloe. Lane 4, Elena. Lane 5, Adelaide. Lane 6, Harper. Lane 7, Morgan. And lane 8, Kendall. Your attention, boys 13-14 breaststrokers. Event 22 is now closed with no scratches. And Adelaide from Edina, 5:23.33, and that's a PR. Heat 2. In lane 1, Sophie. Lane 2, Lauren. Lane 3, Maddie. Lane 4, Addie. Lane 5, Ferris. Lane 6, Sabrina. Lane 7, Lauren. And lane 8, Dalen. Your attention, please. Girls 13-14, 50 breaststrokers. Your event 21 is closed with one scratch. Event 21 closed with one scratch. Here now, the qualifiers for the girls 100-meter backstroke. Event 25, second alternate, Maddie Matheson. First alternate, Aspen Schieffer. Qualifying into the B final, Madison Carr, Parmita Kojin, Olivia McClintock, Megan Grinberg, Bree Harvey, Mia Doolittle, Ilana Pantrelli, and Gabrielle Tram. Qualifying into the A final tonight, Lauren Colbert, Iris Pavalny, Livy Solt, Macy Severud, Mackenzie Koffenberg, Lilu Thompson, Ferris Martin, and Claire Christensen. The time, by the time I finish reading this, will be 12:22, and we will close this event at 12:52. Once again, the fastest heat of 11 and 12 girls, 11 and 12 boys, 13-14 girls, and 13-14 boys. I'm sorry, the fastest two heats of those will swim at the finals tonight. So as if we had a B and A final, but they are simply the top 8 seeds and the 9 through 16 seeds. Except for Dalen in lane 8, all of this heat are in the 13-14 age group. Leading the pack, Lauren Kissinger. Sister Maddie in lane 3. I got a nice little race going with Addie Dawes of Aquajets. There's a nice 4:55 for Lauren, her best time. And Dalen with a PR as well. Heat 3. In lane 1 is Clara, lane 2 Amelia, lane 3 Isla, lane 4 Savannah, in 5 Aria, 6 Morgan, 7 Ellen, and lane 8 is Ellie. Looking ahead, we will have a 10-minute break following Heat 4 of the boys 13-14 400 free before we start time trials. If you are swimming a time trial, you must provide your own timer. But there will be a 10-minute break between Heat 4 of the boys 400 free and the start of the time trials. Here are the qualifiers in the boys 13-1400 back. Second alternate is Wyatt Malman. First alternate, Calvin Smith. Qualifying into the B final, Adrian Sanchez, Hudson Zilke, Lucas Tuel, Min Truong, Harshu Raju, Nick Herner, Bryson Haugus, and Jia Quinn. Into the A final, Jacob Pulaski, Garrett Jensen, Ben Brassis, Bradley Holmberg, Bennett O'Halloran, Alvin Yang, Dante Framke, and Dennis Demidov. The time is 12:30. And we will close this event at 1 o'clock p.m. 4:49.61 for Ellen. Very close to that zone cut. Our next event is the boys 11 to 14 400-meter freestyle. Your attention, girls 11 to 1200 backstrokers. Event 23 is closed with no scratches. Heat 1. Lane 2 is Max. Lane 3, Connor. Lane 4, Jacob. Lane 5, Nicholas. And lane 6 is Sam. And Sam with a nice 5:16. He comes in with yard times. But solid swims across the board. Good going, guys. Now heat 2. In lane 1, Ben. Lane 2, Leon. Lane 3, Sam. Lane 4, Will. In 5, Eli. Lane 6, Luke. Lane 7, Carter. And lane 8 is Kip. And we got a little bit of a jailbreak over in lane 7. And also in 2 and 1. These swimmers come in with some pretty solid yard seed times for the 500 freestyle. And so they're going to post some pretty good swims here in the 400. At the 200, Carter turns to 222. Your attention, boys 11 and 12 backstrokers. Event 24, your 100-meter back is closed with no scratches. Event 24 closed, no scratches. Carter on track for about a 451, possibly. And Carter puts together a nice last 100 and 448.4, 448.24. Leon Vidina with a 456.06. Heat 3. In lane 1, Crosby. Lane 2, Eamon. Lane 3, Rake. Lane 4, Samuel. Lane 5 rather, Calvin. In lane 6, Youssef. Lane 7, William. And lane 8, Harrison. Calvin Gilkey will lead at the 200. He was a body length ahead at the 100, now 2 body lengths ahead at the 200. And there's a trio right behind. Youssef in 6, Samuel in 4, and his Rochester teammate, Rake, in 3. Calvin really kicking it down now. And there's a nice time for Calvin Gilkey. A 4-second PR for Calvin. Nice swim for Eamon Huey. And now heat 4. In lane 1, Andres. Lane 2, Jack. In lane 3, Owen. In 4, Rich. 5, Jihia. 6, Will. Lane 7, Luke. And lane 8, Augie. And remember, time trial swimmers, after this heat, we will open the pool for 10 minutes, and then we will have our session of time trials in which you provide your own timers. Leading at the 200, Rich Harker of Mako. .218, holding about 113 pace. Your attention, girls 13-14 backstroke. Your event 25, the 100-meter backstroke, is closed with no scratches. Event 25 closed with no scratches. And things are getting a little interesting now. Rich still holding low 36s, but lane 3, Owen Mitchell. Lane 5, Shia Quinn. And lane 7, Luke Mitchell, all kind of come to join the party. And Luke Mitchell, big finish, 442 flat, 442.3 for Rich. And that concludes event 28. The time is 12:55. So the pool will be open for about 8 minutes. We'll take a 10-minute break. Competition pool is open for warm-up for about 8 minutes. Let's clear the pool at 1:03. And then we will start the time trials at 1:05.